Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Airbnb Diaries, where I am sharing and documenting my journey from 0 to 1 property, going from knowing nothing about real estate to diving straight into it. I work a W-2 job, and I've been working a W-2 job for about 10 to 12 years now. It's not like I'm coming from a lot of money or anything. My husband and I, throughout the years, we've saved, we've accidentally got into real estate really back in 2014 when we bought our first home, our primary home, and it snowballed from 10 years ago into the beautiful property that we have today. So anyway, I'm documenting and journaling this process of basically starting our own hospitality business. I'm coming from a perspective of being a mom of 2 boys and a wife of a husband who is ultra conservative. So this seems very high risk to us. I will be recording these videos on Fridays because I work from home, and because during the week I am at my job. I'm a finance analyst, and anyway, so I wanted to start, I guess, this side hustle, more so starting our own family business. I was 23, husband 26 or so. We bought our first house. This was back in Indiana. It was a 3-bed, 1-bath. It was a perfect starter home, and it was. I think we paid about $82,000 for it. Again, this was back in 2014. 2015. We sold that house for $96,000, and then we moved to Florida, and we purchased a home in Florida in 2016 for $195,000. And that house was actually listed at the time in 2016 for $210,000. We got it for $195,000, and then so we stayed in that house for about 6 years. And then we sold it at the craziest real estate time of our lives in 2022. So exactly a year ago, May 22, for $415,000. So which is insane. And I regret, that is one of my regrets, was actually selling that house. And I wish we would have just held on to it. Again, I didn't know real estate at that time. I was just buying a house and selling a house. We just needed more space because we had a growing family. So we sold that house. I wish I would have kept it because right now the person who bought it from us is actually renting it out. And they're renting it out for $2,700 a month. Our mortgage, we had a 15-year mortgage on that house at a 2.5% interest rate. And our mortgage was about $1,400. So if we had that house still, we would have been cash flowing with like a long-term rental for like $1,000 a month, which is insane to think. So, I regret that, but you learn from your mistakes and you move on. But anyway, so that was kind of my timeline there of real estate. The most recent house that we're in right now, yes, we sold our previous house for $415,000. We bought our current house for $585,000. It was listed for $545,000. We had to go above asking to get it. We actually didn't even get it. We were beat out, but the person who was the number 1 bidder decided to pass on it because we were a little bit too far north for them. So it actually worked out for us because this is the house we really wanted. Only a year later, it has appreciated to I think the value of this home is like $603,000 now. So the power of real estate is insane, and that's what I'm realizing. So money that you put aside, you can put that into a property that you know is going to cash flow, and that's going to be the basis of this channel. Is yes, I'm taking you through the journey, but I'm also taking you through the journey of going through the data and confidently purchasing that property the first time and not just buying a property and praying to the Airbnb gods, because that's not going to work. So numbers do not lie, and this cannot be an emotional game, because I am an emotional person. So I'm trying to take that out, and I'm trying to look at the data, look at the numbers, and make a valid investment decision. Why I'm doing this, and this is important for anybody who wants to get into real estate at all, and this is what I've learned, is know your why, and then the how will just happen. Well, you'll figure it out once you know your true reason why, because so many people will get into this and their why is not strong enough that they'll just quit. And anyway, so I have two little boys. My oldest is 3, my youngest is 1. And I know it's super cliche, but I'm really doing this for them, and because I'm thinking about the future, because 5-10 years from now, when they're 10 and 12, what do I want my life to look like? What do I want their life to look like? And yes, I want my return on my investment on these rental properties, but I also want my return on experience. So, right now we're looking at the Poconos as my market that I'm hunting for a property for, and you have the lakes, you have the mountains. We live in Florida, so my boys aren't really used to seeing snow. So in the winter months, we can do skiing there, sledding, or what have you. So really giving them the experiences that that they'll have that core memory for them. And this will be a generational wealth as well, is holding on to those properties and passing it down to my boys. Either they, keep the business going, or take the equity out and purchase even bigger and better homes for them and their family going forward. So it's really just planting the seeds now and just seeing it just grow in the next 5 to 10 years, because I will be so happy for the action that I'm taking today, 10 years from now. So that's my biggest why. May of this year, May of 2023, I Googled one day how to pay less in taxes, and the first thing that came up was short-term rentals. So I was like, okay, so I kind of dug into that, and I found myself in a rabbit hole of diving into social media and connecting with people who are in this space. Found Bigger Pockets, read Brandon Turner's book. I'm currently reading David Green's 3 Pillars of Wealth book that was just released. And then I found John Bianchi, the Airbnb data guy. And I'm in finance, and I love working in Excel. I love data. So he's got so many free courses out there. I'll link his YouTube channel in the description box below, because he's got 4 free courses out there that I've watched them entirely, and I've learned so much from him. And so basically, he's got a couple of theories. His Burger King method is essentially what his course is really about. Is Burger King method is more so, okay, you have McDonald's, who spends millions of dollars trying to find that perfect location, and Burger King just sets up shop right across the street. So that's how we're going to kind of look at Airbnb. We're looking at the data, who's doing it right, what are they doing, how are they doing it, and what amenities are they providing to their guests, where are they located, and all that stuff. So he dives real deep into that. And then also, his thing is getting it right the first time. So he's got a lot of clients that reach out to him after they've already bought a property and their property is not cash flowing, it's not a profitable property, and they've essentially made a mistake. So he's there to help them to either get out of that property or try to make the best of that property in terms of what amenity drivers are in that market. And because he's analyzed so many properties, he's the head of data at TechVestor. And TechVestor is, if you want to invest passively in real estate, TechVestor is the way to go. I know that it's a short-term rental business where they have over 100 homes. The return on investment is between 12 and 15%. So if you want to invest passively, I would suggest going with them. But that's John's background. And anyway, when I started back in May, I found his material. I dove deep in it, and I actually emailed him. That's another suggestion I'm going to give to you all. If you're wanting to get in real estate, don't be afraid to reach out to people who are on social media, who have a huge following. They will respond to you. John responded to me, and I'm super thankful for that. And he's got his software that I was able to dive into. So this YouTube channel, I will show you guys his software and how I use it to analyze for a property. I am so excited about what John is doing, and I have in the link below, if you want John to evaluate a property for you, it's in the description box below. Click on that, and if you have a property already, or if you are under contract, or you're hunting for a property and you found one and you're just unsure if you should go ahead and get it, reach out to John, and him and his team will evaluate it and give you the worst case scenario, the 100% confident, like what your revenue potential will be, and then your best case scenario. And he gives you real comps in that surrounding area and what amenities you will need to meet that revenue potential. After I realized that I wanted to get into real estate, I dove into a lot of material, the podcasts, the books, YouTube videos. I joined a mastermind, and I'm just surrounding myself with people who are in this space. And you hear that saying that if you surround yourself with five real estate investors, you're going to be the sixth one. And that's really my goal here. So that's my advice to you, is surround yourself with people who you want to become one of them. That's a big step that I took, is surrounding myself with those type of people, and which led me to partnering with, well, not so much partnering, but getting into a syndication deal. That was like our first step, like getting our feet wet in real estate. So we got into a syndication deal from somebody in our mastermind group, and it's in the Hocking Hills location. It's a huge property. We only bought like 5 shares. We got the minimum shares that you can buy, and so that is a purely passive deal. Again, it was just something that we wanted to do for our investment strategy. So that was kind of our first taste of real estate. But right now, where I'm at is, I found a market. I built my buy box. We have a certain amount of capital that we are willing to put down on a property, and now I've been pre-approved. I've created an LLC. We have our business called Crafty Properties, and so right now I'm in the stage of purely hunting for properties. In later videos, I can show you, how I'm looking at properties and how I'm analyzing them using John's method. We'll have like a segment, Analyzing with Allie, and in that I will go through. I'll be using John's software, Google Sheets, so anybody can use it, and going through the data and knowing how to analyze it, and then creating your own property evaluation to give you the confidence into real estate investing in short-term rentals. With this economy right now, with low inventory, high purchase prices, and high interest rates, it's really difficult to find that profitable property. But if it pencils out today, and you're cash flowing today, imagine the cash flow that you'll get maybe 5 to 10 years from now, when interest rates will come down a little bit, or maybe they won't. I don't know, but you could always refinance later on and pull that equity out and buy another property, and just create that big snowball effect. If you want John and his team to complete a property evaluation for you, click in the description box below. He can do that for you, and you will not regret it. It'll be worth every penny. So anyway, for all the 1, maybe 2 people who are watching this, thank you so much for watching this. I can't thank you enough. And you guys, I'll have my information below. You guys can always reach out to me at any time. And I think for the next video, I'll go through John's data, and because I am kind of looking at some properties right now. I did put an offer on one property, and you know, it was an emotional type of offer, and I'm, you know, after I put the offer through, I was super excited about it, and but it turned into like a bidding war, and the person who won the bid passed up on the inspection contingency, and I was not about to do that. So I will always have the inspection contingency and you know, included on there, because if that doesn't pan out, then I can always back out of the deal. So anyway, I did, you know, I've been taking a lot of action, and that is my biggest advice to you, is just to literally dive in, because that is how I've learned so quickly in the past 5-6 months now, and you know, I'm so happy about that. So again, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.